Coach Seb Hines, home opener, season opener at home on Sunday against Seattle. Just tell us your initial thoughts about starting the season up.
Yeah, I think it's been a luxury having so long of a preseason. Um, it's allowed us to integrate a lot of the new players on how we want to play, our principles, our style of play, our intensity of everything that we do here. And so, with that, it's all preparation for this home opener with our fans here supporting us. It's going to be a great opportunity for us to put everything in place for us to go out there and perform. So we're really excited. We're ready to get going, and hopefully we have a really good season.
Just what was the biggest message throughout this entire preseason to this team?
I think obviously with the new players coming in, that integrating them and not changing much of who we are. Over the course of the last 2-3 years, we've been really good. We've obviously set new standards, new expectations, and we have to live up to that now. But yeah, we understand it's going to be a long season, and we're going to go through adversity. And I think it's important that we stick together. You know, we want to be a team that is fighting for championships, fighting for shields, and we're going to have to stick together throughout the whole season. But yeah, it's all preparation for this home opener to get going, and yeah, we're just ready to kick a ball in front of our own fans again.
8 weeks is a long training camp. A lot of work was put in. How important is it to get off on the right foot to show that that work was beneficial? It's not going to be a perfect game, but
Yeah, like you said, it's not. We're not aiming for perfection. We understand as well. A lot of our internationals have been away representing their countries, so getting them back with the group is important. But yeah, we're all reading off the same page is really important for the team's success, and we just want to make sure that we're entertaining, we're performing, and giving our everything. And if we're able to do that at home, we feel like we put ourselves in a great position to get 3 points.
I think a year ago we were asking, how motivating was 2024 and everything that was accomplished, and now it's like, how motivating do you think 2025 was for your veteran players over the last 8 weeks? Did you see an added intensity or anything from them because of what happened last year?
Yeah, I think our demands are really high, so there's always that intensity. We never want our level to drop, but obviously coming back off a not disappointing season. I think if we didn't have the year that we did in 2024, we probably look back and think it's a very successful year, hosting another semi-final. And sometimes you don't get the result that you would like, even though you try and do everything in your power to win. This is one of the few sports where you can dominate and not still get the results. So it would have been nice going to another final, but it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't our time. But because we didn't walk away with any silverware, it's a bittersweet moment. We want to go out there. We want to lift trophies. We want to compete. We want to put ourselves in the best position to be competing at the top. And yeah, that doesn't change. That's the expectation now because of the foundation and the work that we've done in previous years.
Where would you say kind of the chemistry and the flow of this team is at? I mean, there's a lot of continuity in the roster, but there are some players that are not here and some new players. What do you think?
I think we have really good foundation. I think there is players here who are the heartbeat of the team. They've been through the rough times, they've been through the success as well, and they are the leaders of the group, and they can push the new players and making sure that they're on board as well. It's a collective effort from everyone, not just players. That myself and the rest of the staff are included with that message. But yeah, we've set a really good foundation here, and it's going to take a collective effort from everyone to reach the goals that we want to achieve.
How's Barbara? I know she's on international duty. Do you anticipate her playing on Sunday?
She could be up for selection, of course. We've got to obviously respect where she's coming from. Obviously, last year she had a pretty sustainable injury, and getting her back into pre-season and making sure we're making the right steps for her to be in a position for selection has been important. But obviously she went on international duty as well, which is kind of out of our control. But any time that a player gets to represent their country, it's is a big achievement for them. And so, yeah, she'll be back training, and we'll analyse how she is coming back from international duty.
And where is more to add in her readiness?
Yeah, I mean, you got to respect Marty, and she won't mind me saying this, but her age as well. And so, obviously, you know, it is a long season. It's important that we're doing the right phases to make sure that once she steps over that white line, she's ready to go and compete. And so, yeah, she's a little bit behind from the rest of the group, but she's still as motivated as ever.
Kay Rowland's announced her retirement's coming up on March 13th. You've known her
Yeah.
since the beginning.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
what
very start.
What do you think, and what impact has Kay had on all the clubs here?
Oh, massive. Even before my time, you know, I came in 2015, you know, expansion year in MLS, but I know she did a lot of the work prior to that. You know, one of the key advocates for bringing soccer to Orlando. She played a major part in that. And ever since I've known Kay, it's always been about her family. You know, she welcomed my family here, you know, going overseas and bringing them here and making sure that we felt welcome. And I think she's always continued that for, I think, 11 years now. And yeah, she has been the mother that has always been available for us here in Orlando City and Pride. So yeah, it's a sad moment, but I know she's always going to be a big fan of this club, and we appreciate everything she's done for this club and this city.
Kind of looking ahead to Seattle, I guess. It's the third time in 4 games
Yeah.
you've played them.
Yeah.
You're familiar with them from the end of the season, but how does that kind of change heading into 2026 now with new players, new tactics, etc.?
Yeah, it's always unique, right? What is the team going to look like on opening day? Who knows? Similar for us. They're probably asking the same question. What do we look like? You know, at the end of last year, it was kind of, you know, a very unusual situation where you end the last regular season game and you play them in first playoff, and the stakes are high, and obviously results matter, and then you have this big period off. So I think it'll depend on who's available, what they've been working on over the course of pre-season as well. But I think that there's a lot of focus on ourselves. You know, it's very cliche, but we are the home team. We've been working extremely hard to kind of stick to our identity, adapt a few things with our style of play, and hopefully it all come into place on Sunday against Seattle.
Thank you, Seb.